think it's tough enough to win one. We've done two, so you might as well go for three, right?
Our time, baby, back to back. That's how we do it.
What do you think of this team?
Unbelievable. Nobody can beat us. Back to back years.
It's so much fun to be a part of. The crowd can have an effect on teams. The emotions get turned up.
And then last year, they gave Vezina to somebody else. Number one bullshit. Oh, number one bullshit.
Here it is for you guys. Enjoy.
Welcome to We the Thunder. I'm Shooter here with Thomas Schooley and The Stash. Welcome to We the Thunder. We just witnessed a Tampa Bay Lightning loss, 4-3. Just an FYI for everyone out there. We're already in the playoffs. Don't worry. Don't worry.
What? This game doesn't mean anything? What?
And we did win two other games earlier this week. So before I forget, and we'll talk about those games. We'll talk about this game next. Before I forget, we've got some stuff to give away tonight.
Boom.
If you want one of these bad boys, we're going to do that tonight. So if you haven't seen the rules, we're going to make you work for it. That's right. We're trying to grow this little show of ours. So I'm going to put a timestamp 10:10. We're going to cut it off. What you have to do to get entered is email us, wethethunderpodcast@gmail.com, and just shoot us a screenshot of you subscribing to Shooter in the Stash YouTube. That's where we broadcast. Some of you are watching us right now. Or you can enter up to 3 times. Give us a review on our podcast. We're trying to get our podcast numbers up. So if you go do that, send it now. I'm going to be multitasking here while these boys talk. But I'm cutting it off in about 20 minutes at 10:10. So go do that now. We the Thunder podcast at gmail.com. If you don't win the ring, don't you worry, because we're giving out some more stuff tonight. We have, and now it's official. We couldn't really talk too much about it until the Lightning actually clinched and made the playoffs, which they did this past week. But there is an official Tampa Bay Lightning bar crawl by the Downtown Crawlers. That's going to be May 7th. It starts at 4 p.m. You can really check in at any time at Parks and Rec, anytime between 4 and 7. They've got swag. They've got Thunderbug. They're probably going to have some signed gear. You get some free welcome shots at the places you go. I guess you get like 5 tabs on your wristband. Some of you guys have already won tickets from us the last couple weeks. So how should we do that? I should have asked you guys before we started this. We got to set up a little hashtag. What do we want to do for the hashtag, Stash? I'm going to let you pick because
most sarcastic comment with the hashtag playoffs ? Because I mean, I don't know. Like, does this game matter or not? I don't know. Seriously, like.
So it's hashtag playoffs ? You have to have the question mark. So I'm hitting it. It's active right now. We're not going to do one pair. We're going to do 2 pairs. So we're going to do those towards the end of the show. But we will be there at the pub crawl. So we want to see you guys there as well. So go make sure you just add that onto your comment, or as Stash says, your most sarcastic comment of the night. All right, so 4-3 loss tonight. I didn't think the guys looked too bad. I'll go ahead and say it. I said it to you guys before. I kind of feel like Sergachev lost this game for us on 2 turnovers that directly led to Detroit Red Wings goals. I even said on Twitter, maybe Sergachev needs to sit out a couple games. Like, have him go watch. Scratch him for maybe the rest of the week. And, I'm not giving up on Sergachev, but sometimes it helps to kind of see that game from the bleachers. And I wouldn't mind if they did it for 2 games and let the guy come back for a couple games here and then the playoffs. And I bet he comes back a lot stronger. What do you guys think of the game tonight?
Well, Schoolie, you were there. You were our pregame celebrity tonight. You're the one that was able to make it there for the puck drop pregame show with our friend Kaylee Mizell. You were in the building. Why don't you tell us how you felt about it tonight?
It was a pretty good energy, and the funny thing is when I'm looking at these comments here, Sergachev, one of the questions, if anybody didn't get to see the pregame show, was who do you want to step up in the playoffs? And one of my guys was Sergachev. I really think Sergachev needs to step it up in the playoffs. And now we talk about there was also a pregame interview that many saw about Killer, saying that they're really not paying attention to these games. It's hard for them not to start focusing on the playoffs. Most likely they're going to end up facing Toronto in the playoffs. But also now Boston is only 1 point behind us. That could drop us to the wild card. And then it would be Carolina. The best matchup that really right now seems with Austin Matthews a little banged up would be a Toronto-Tampa thing. But
Carolina's netminder is out.
Yeah, Carolina does have him out. But Carolina doesn't seem to be losing much of a step over that. So it's going to be interesting how it goes. But yes, Sergachev, I think he's a scapegoat for this game. It was a couple of bad things that he did that gave away that tie game there and ended up winning for Detroit. But how about Grice looking like Vasi out there? And for some reason, backup goaltenders always look good against Tampa. It was announced earlier today that Ned was not going to start a net. So I thought maybe it might have been a little kind of cakewalk for the Lightning, but it wasn't.
Hey, by the way, the Detroit's goalie, 1 win in his last 9 starts.
Yeah.
But, he made the saves tonight when he had to. So what do you think? By the way, for anyone that hasn't seen it, we, retweeted it and put it out on Facebook again. Kaylee Mizell does, what does she call that pregame
The puck
show?
drop.
Puck drop.
Puck drop. Thank
Called
you.
puck drop.
The puck drop. It's only on digital, so it's only on Twitter and Facebook for Bally Sports Florida. So go check that out. I was on a couple weeks ago. Schoolie was on today. They want nothing to do with the stash.
They know better.
Rumor has it the stash could be on later this week. So make sure you guys go comment on that so they have us back. We want our own Bally's pregame show on digital.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much to Kaylee for reaching out. She reached out to Shooter, and I was actually laying down, getting ready to take a nap before the game. Stash wasn't around, and all of a sudden Shooter, because I'd given away my tickets to someone tonight, and then even Steve Mandingo had donated his tickets, and I gave them away to somebody that was in town. So I had no tickets at all. And then it came down, and Kaylee was gracious enough to leave a little press pass there for me and get me into the Ashley. But I was nervous as hell. But it was great. Thank you to everybody that reached out to me. Thank you to Sonia. She texted me why she's in there getting ready. She texted me as soon as it was over. So shout out to Sonia. And then,
it's weird, isn't it?
It's not
like doing this.
No, not at all. And she asked me afterwards, because she had kind of told me, this is one of the things I'm going to ask you, what 3 players. And I said, I already know they answered the 3 players I have in my head because we're constantly talking about it. So in case anybody didn't see it, my 3 was Point, Sergachev, and Vasi. Her 3 was Paul, Killer, and Vasi also. I see Stash look at Killer, and when she said Killer, I said, well, it's kind of hard to say Killer when he's having a career year. But so she changed it from want to step it up to wants to have the momentum going into the playoffs. And so that made it a better. And she definitely said she wants to come back on the podcast again. So that's good. I can't wait to have her on again. I yelled at her for telling me that my Nashville jersey was nothing compared to you two when I had it almost spot on.
That's right.
So it was a good time, and she said she could tell I was nervous at first, but then once we got into it, it was a little bit easier. But yeah, it's definitely different having the pre-skate behind you going on.
It's loud. It's tough to even hear.
Yeah. And
that's the crazy thing is that it's literally during like the in-arena pregame, and so like you got what JP is doing the pregame already, so he's like doing stuff on the over the internet intercom and all that. Guys on the ice skating, so yeah, and I mean it's right there on ice level too, right outside of the Ashley VIP lounge, right? Yes, I have to continue to remind myself the current name of that.
Yes,
the iteration. But listen, I don't know what people expect right now from this team. I don't. Like, do you want this team to be banged up? Do you want McDonough to get injured again from blocking a shot or going in a little too hard on the boards? Do you want Hetty to do something to tweak his knee or tweak something? Do you want Cooch or Point to go and tweak an injury that they already had earlier this season? Do you want these guys to be playing playoff hockey 2 weeks before the playoffs start and then get hurt, and then you guys could bitch about that? Is that what everybody wants? Because that's what I think everybody wants, because I don't understand why everyone is expecting these guys to go in and start putting everything on the line when there's nothing on the line right now. All that matters is that this team is healthy, and it's not about flipping a switch like everyone keeps saying. Oh, they just could flip a switch. No, they can't flip. They can't. It's not flipping a switch. What it is seriously knowing that this is regular season hockey. This is playoff hockey. You cannot put it all on the line physically right now if you really want to be healthy going into the playoffs, and not even still knowing who you're going to play. You're not even sure what your game plan is going to be, because that's the one thing. Depending on who they play, they do have to tweak their game plan a little bit, especially if it ends up being Toronto or Carolina. I mean, Carolina is a team you can go in and start playing really physical against, and I think that they're going to break really quickly. Whereas Toronto, you're going to have to be able to be physical in the boards and the corners, but you're going to also have to play a fast game and be aware and be healthy. You have to be at your very best. And if this team isn't healthy, then that's how they lose a first round matchup to a Toronto. That's how they lose a first round matchup and get swept or whatever. These are the things that are you should be worried about. It shouldn't be, oh, did we lose to the Red Wings with a week and a half and they have nothing to play for other than pride, and they've really been playing pretty bad hockey anyways lately. So they get to come in and they get a great win for them. Meanwhile, our captain, what did he do tonight? History. Hedman, the most points in career. Killer up there. Like, these guys are doing their job in the regular season. They're setting records. They're doing what they always do. And yet, because we lose a couple of games and we have to come from behind against a Jets team, which, by the way, that was a great game, an electric game. Saturday was such an amazing environment. That's what we're worried about, is a game against the Red Wings a week and a half before the season. And now we're saying, oh, Sergachev is a liability. Oh, this team is just going to get swept. I'm sorry, you guys are not seeing the playoff hockey that you think you are seeing right now. This team doesn't need to flip a switch. They just need to stay healthy. And therefore, Pat Maroon, you're seeing shades of it too. And that's the other thing. We're seeing shades. Pat Maroon, huge hit tonight. Corey Perry was showing up in the last game. All right. We're seeing the shades of physicality are now coming in exponentially. They're ramping up. they're playing different hockey now, but they're still not putting it all on the line because it's not all on the line yet. It's not. It's not on the line yet.
Underestimating something that's really big in hockey and a lot of sports, and that is momentum. Like once you get in that swing of winning, you expect to win every single night, and they just haven't been in that winning mode almost all calendar year. So that's my only concern. I get it. Don't get hurt. I mean, to be honest with you, some guys are in playoff mode. Look at Zach Bogosian since he got back in the lineup, and we talked about Sergachev getting scratched. Zach Bogosian got scratched for 2 games. This guy comes back, looks like he's ready to like just destroy everyone.
Well, Nick Paul's in a contract year too, and he's absolutely come in playing playoff hockey already. That guy's playing caution of the wind and looking fantastic. And I think those are the guys that are now going to set the tone. I mean, Killer had a pretty physical game on Saturday as well. You're starting to see these guys, like I said, turn it up. They're not flipping a switch. They're turning up the dial. They're edging up the dial. And it's this guy here, this guy there. Absolutely, you're right. Bogosian missed a couple of games. He came back, lit a fire. He had a really good game the other night, even in the loss. He's doing his best to do his job. But I just, so many people are still talking about regular season. This team is making sure, like for example, Block Party. I listened to the interview with Coop, and he was talking about when he got run out from the Pittsburgh game, right? And he's sitting there in the locker room watching it with Brisebois, and he saw McDonough block those 2 shots, and he just cringed both times. I think he's cringing because, yes, go ahead and make that play when it matters, right? Don't make that play now, and it's going to cost you perhaps the rest of the season because you got a broken hand or you got Killer with a broken leg, or you know what I'm saying? From a block shot, by the way. That was a block shot that broke his leg.
I have to agree with you because of the fact that right now we are seeing a lot of injuries coming from high-profile players. You know, you have the goalie in Carolina, you have Austin Matthews, you saw Ned today for Detroit. There's a lot of injuries going down, but it's also hard for the fans when we just had that big losing streak, then to go into a 2-game streak to lose a game against a team that I would say has been a big enemy for quite a while. Detroit is a rival game, whether or not, you know, they're not really ever been a major team, but they've always played us well. And then there's the Eisenman. Oh, good Lord.
Hold on, I have to read
you can't even see Stash anymore. Hold on.
Stash is taking a little break right
Worst
now.
things have happened.
We'll reread Matthew's comment.
I didn't realize we can write paragraphs on there.
Knutson. Listen, that's the Knutson.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, they have Adam Ernie, they have Mitchell Stevens. So there's a lot of Tampa Bay Lightning connection there. So of course everybody wants to beat them. Then you had Coop come out and talk this week how he wanted to see the team continue to play like those 2 games and go into the playoffs in this winning mode. Has already said who his goalies are for the next few games. And then you had some, I mean, come on, they were stupid mistakes tonight. Whether or not they want to play a little loosey-goosey because they don't want to get hurt. Sergachev shit the bed on that last goal.
Really well, and one of the other ones too. I think it was their second goal where he just kind of got like pushed aside. Like, stop that guy. At least take him down.
There's a point of protecting yourself, a la not getting a serious injury, and then there's a point of just crapping the bed. And I think that's where, and the refs. I mean, look at that icing call. That icing call, what was that? A whole 2 minutes that those players got to rest?
It was longer than 2 minutes, man.
And they were calling it out
like a
on
TV
TV
timeout plus
a
bench timeout. Basically, was the time they got off.
And Blashnell and Egblom was calling it out. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was getting more time so that he got his, you know, put the wrong guys out on the ice so that they have to come and say, oh, you have the wrong guys out on the ice. Oh, really? show me who they were. Oh, here they are. Okay, blah blah blah.
They had the paper out.
Yeah.
Which I didn't
Might
know
as well get
that's
the
how they did it.
chalkboard.
They have their official piece of paper, and I guess they just write down
absolutely.
shot down everyone's
Every
number.
time.
By the way,
Every
Matthew's
shift.
comment is a pretty good one, but I'll let you guys read that in the comments on your own.
I do want to say a couple things real quick. I've been getting messages off this while we've been doing this. Steve Mandingo is also going to give away his 3 seats for Thursday's Maple Leafs game tonight on our show.
All right.
So we'll have to figure out something to give to that.
Should we do hashtag playoffs? That enters you into that too.
Sure.
Yeah, basically any version of hashtag playoffs, just because I mean,
So
I like
doing
to get
3
I like to get
drawings
cute,
for that.
so let's not.
And hey, let me stop you right there because I'll keep it open for 5 more minutes. We the Thunder podcast at Gmail. Shoot us a screenshot, sub on YouTube, give us a review. Preferably 5-star would be nice. I think somebody sent over a 4-star review. I was like, all right, well, okay.
Room to grow.
Spotify
Room to
or
grow.
Apple
Okay.
or both. So I'll give you 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna just do this one because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for it.
And
for
I
anyone
have
that
one-
hasn't seen the show. Thank you for coming to check us out.
One more announcement. Ben Malik of Malectronics, who does, if you guys are familiar with the team for quite a while, he did the astronaut for years down there. Matter of fact, he was just saying he's thinking about bringing the astronaut back for the playoffs, and he kind of needs
to be on this show.
He kind of needs someone to fit on the suit, so I have volunteered somebody.
I can fit better than you.
I said, if I'll wear the suit anytime if it fits a fat man, and he said, if it fits me, it'll fit anyone. So, but he is going to do a giveaway on our podcast after every playoff game. So, of course, we start after this every Tuesday show. We always do live every playoff game after the playoff games.
So let me add on to that too. So yeah, we're gonna do every playoff game again. It's gonna be the most exhausting time of the year for us.
I'm already
But
yawning.
We are also going to do Smack shirts again every single episode. Thank you, Smack Apparel. We're also gonna do a free puck pizza from Pucks and Pizzas. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to award the 3 stars of the chat, and each one of those stars will get one of these prizes. So playoffs is going to be here in 2 weeks, and we have a lot of stuff to give away to you guys. So
yeah. It's not time. It's not time just for the boys.
That is the owner of Pucks and Pizza right there.
There you go.
Christopher Schultz. He owns Pucks and Pizza. Go and check him out. It's a food truck. Go and check him out. He's really good. I actually have not gotten the chance to go over there, but I have many of friends who have gotten a chance to go over there and say it's great. Thank you to Malectronics. Literally, he just messaged me and said he's going to be giving away stuff. And then for us to give away, and then also Smack Apparel, who helped us in Nashville. Set up that great meet and greet. So thank you to all of those.
Yeah. So don't forget though, we're going 3 stars to the chat. So we're gonna pick the best comments of the night. So you guys usually do a pretty good job of bringing it in the chat. So all right, well that's in 2 weeks. We still got some games to go. Where I guess we're okay with some losses. Or at least the stashes. And by the way, like, man, there's some discouraging comments on Facebook and Twitter about this team right now. And I'm a firm believer. I'm not into like the witchcraft stuff or any of that, but I'm a firm believer of like thinking positively and putting that positivity out in the world. There was a image that we put out earlier of Ross Colton and Colton Crisp. And what does Ross Colton do? He saw that, by the way, on Instagram. And
put it in the basket.
Tonight.
In the basket.
Tiffany did jinx it and said he was going to get a hat trick after the 2 goals. And by the way, I don't know who hates me over at the Lightning, but this probably was like the 2nd or 3rd time that I've got it correct. And every time I've got it correct, I've had an image as Photoshop or something with it. And it must be like my ex-girlfriend that runs that account or something because...
Which one?
the Lightning account because I did the Lightning strikes,
Jack's
right? I
open.
barely ever win it. I won it tonight. I had the graphic of Ross Colton, and they gave it to someone that's retweeting all this Philadelphia Phillies and Philadelphia Eagles stuff. I'm like, damn, man. And I even like reminded them I got it right. So I guess I'm never gonna win that, but hey. I still
Okay,
like
you're
the
like
Bulls.
you're okay. All right, Coop.
A
All
little
right,
bitter.
you're never gonna win the Jack Adams. We get it.
I
We get
am
it.
the
We
Cooper
get it.
of
You're,
Lightning
you are.
Strikes.
You're the
on Twitter.
Cooper of Instagram and Lightning Instagram. We get
Well,
it.
don't give
We
it to a
get
freaking Philly fan.
Hey.
I mean, Jesus. Give me a
They
freaking
need
break.
something. They
I
need
was mad about
something.
that.
Come on, give me something.
No one puts baby in the corner. Stop it.
Come on.
All right, I don't
Look,
want your
I'll
stupid
say
shirt
this.
anyway, because you know what? I got this shirt from Sarah.
I was
who's
gonna
listened
say,
to the show.
We're
100
also going
episodes.
to be giving out some actual We the Thunder Shooter in the Stash branded apparel throughout the playoffs as well. Finally getting our own merch out there. Wonderfully done by our amazing fan base here. Just an amazing.
Look who
job.
just chimed in. Look who
And,
just signed in and is in
And
the green room.
speak of the devil,
Oh,
let's
bring
go
it on.
ahead and bring her. Oh,
Oops.
that's what happens when there's too many cooks in the kitchen. There she is.
You know what's funny is because that wasn't planned to talk about her right there. Instead, me and her had something else planned. So we both went and got the same snacks today.
Oh, jeez.
So we decided to have Thomas Schoolie snack hour together at the same
Well, I'm out. I'll see you guys later.
He said he was done until the playoffs anyway. So, all right, now we have Shooter and Sarah and Schoolies. But yeah,
So-
I had this shirt for 2 weeks now, and I finally wore it. I forgot last week, but thanks, Sarah. This is cool. Fits
welcome.
well, and I like it. And you got one too.
And I haven't got mine yet still.
We'll get you
Stash.
someday.
Stash is slacking.
Saturday.
I'm not
We'll get
fuck-
yours.
Okay, whatever. What's up? We're doing snacks now.
But
We're just waiting for the playoffs at this point, right? You said
I mean, I guess, right? I guess that's
We're just
we'll
trying
just
to stay
snack it
healthy.
in. We'll snack it in until the playoffs. See what I did there?
But Sarah is making us t-shirts to give away.
Yeah.
So thank you also, Sarah.
Because we don't give away enough shit on this show, right? We don't pander enough to our audience whatsoever. Let's do a little more here. Yeah, I'm
All right,
excited.
yeah. Let's get back to hockey. Sarah, tell us what you thought about the game tonight.
I just think pretty much what you guys have said. I think Sergachev needs to step up. You can't leave Vasi, wide open like that. It's just it can't all fall on Vasi all the time. Also with you on the negativity. I'm a newer fan, but I just have to turn off Facebook during these games because I just want to throw half of Facebook into the bay.
At least. Yeah. No, and like I get to this point where I haven't kind of grandstanded myself this week, and I hate doing that. Like, oh, posting this. Who are you? Who did you coach or did you play? No, I didn't. But I know I've been committed to this shit. I've been a fan for 30 years, a decade before the Lightning even became a team. So I'm not just this biased person that's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to talk down anybody. It's just people come in and like, oh, I know I've got this hot take this season because I've watched hockey for a season and a half, and now I can get on Facebook and, well, okay, that's fine. But if all you're going to do is come and bring negativity and not actually understand the ebb and flow of a season, understand the ebb and flow of a sport, and really understand the talent and the way this team has had to endure some pretty legit hardships this season between injury and schedule and how much hockey they've played. It's a matter of looking at the grand picture, right? And I just don't think enough people are willing to do that. They think that it's so witty and so cool and so in vogue to immediately jump on. And yes, did Sergachev make some bad plays? Is he not progressing as quickly as I thought he would? Yeah, but at the same time, it was less than 30 seconds before someone was on Facebook talking about, oh, Sergachev needs to be traded. Can we get Druin back? Someone literally made a comment saying, can we get Druin back? Is it too late to get Druin? do you even know what you're talking about with comments like that? That's my point. Like it's not cute, it's not funny, it's just annoying, and it's like Shooter saying, you're just bringing in negativity. Man, there's this thing called the art of attraction, the law of attraction, the art of allowance. Whatever you put out, you get back, and if you put out positivity, you get positivity back. And if you just sit here and keep focusing on negative, then that's all that's going to come back to us as a fan base. And I think one of the great things that we have is such a positive ownership. We have positive franchise. The guys that used to be part of this team are still around because it is such a positive fan base. And if you keep becoming a negative fan base, these guys aren't going to want to stick around. They aren't going to talk about how great of a hockey town Tampa Bay is. They're going to start realizing, oh, well, why these guys just can't wait to shit on us if we make one bad play. They're going to stop having the commitment to the fan base that they've had. That will get back to them.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what the comments should have been tonight. We lost the game.
Congratulations, Stamkos.
Stamkos, most points, tied for most points with number, I don't know if you guys can see that, number 26, Hall of Famer, already tied with him for most points in franchise history. To me, he's going to break that Thursday against Toronto. Perfect. But to me, he will be the best player in Lightning history.
His 11th time in his career to have 3 assists in a game. Yeah. Let that sink in. 11 times he has had 3 assists in a game.
Known as a goal scorer.
Yeah, that is crazy. How much just those games, 33, quick math, 33 points just from 11 games. I mean, it's just amazing the kind of guy he is. And I was talking with Kaylee when we were talking, we'd said, really, if you want to talk about, you want anybody to step up in the playoffs, you can really name any player this year on the league. You can have on the team, you can have a good and a bad side for each one. Stamkos, I think, is playing one of the best years of his life before injury. Since all of his injuries, I think this is the best he's ever played in his life, the best he's ever looked in his life. We need that to continue in this playoffs. You don't want to see a go back Stamkos. So that would be my thing for Stammer. But this is the captain. This is what you need, is someone that does the 3 assists, that literally has committed to Tampa and 2 Stanley Cups, now ties Marty St. Louis for the most points in franchise history, and will definitely break it before he finishes his career in Tampa, and will have his number up in the rafters along with 4 and 26.
All that happened. You had, I know you mentioned earlier, Stash, but Hetty, career high in points, 73 points. Vasi, 10,000 saves. Like, it was a record-breaking night for some of our best players.
Cooch is 2 goals away from something. 600.
700. Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks to lose the game, but we're in the playoffs already. Milestone, huge night for some of our players. And at the end of the day, they didn't play horrible. Like, too many odd man rushes, too many breakaways. Like, Adam Ernie could have made it 4-1 in that second period. And I don't know what's going on with our second periods, but we seem to not show up for those lately.
We can refer to Steve for his or Scott for his afterthoughts.
No. Well, we always know. We always know what happens after the second period, right? We always know exactly what went wrong in the second period. We can always figure out that. And 1 point away from 600 points for Cooch.
So that'll happen.
Matt.
Definitely rare. You don't see Cooper, to Chris's point here, take timeouts during the game. Like, maybe at the end to rest his guys if there's an icing or something.
And I'm glad he brought that up, because I noticed that in the game too. And I think on the heels of pulling Vasi a couple of games ago, and then you even brought up his comments earlier, Schoolie, and he's saying the right things. He's doing the right things, as a coach should. But I still think that it's just like a little bit of lip service, like, because they all know what happens now matters to the point of you don't just want to play absolute shit hockey. You don't want to completely mail it in. And even tonight, they lost, but it was very competitive throughout a lot of the game, minus the second period. Well, parts of that second period, really, because other than that, I mean, it was back and forth, really. And a couple of bad plays, and the Lightning probably still win this game, minus those plays, right? So it's not the worst thing that we're seeing out of this team. The Winnipeg game gave up a lead, but they came back and had 5 unanswered and really put the boots to them there. So you're seeing things you want to see out of this team. But again, I feel like, are a team that knows that they can't do a whole lot for their playoff seeding, and it really doesn't matter anyways. Like, does this team want home ice? Probably. Every team wants home ice, right? Because you can sleep in your own bed, blah. But
I think it's almost impossible for them to have it now.
Right. It's basically impossible anyways. And it's been a reach for a month anyways, really, ever since that long road stand that they were on. It's been a reach. And I think that they're just, like I said, they're not in cruise control, but they're definitely not in high gear, right? And and that's just the way I feel. A seasoned team that knows that it's about a three-peat now. It's not even just about winning 1 cup or 2 cups. It's about a legacy at this point, a true legacy, not just in this franchise and this fan base, but in the league. What matters most is just being healthy for that first round playoff, figuring it out, whoever that matchup's going to be, and then being ready to skate game 1. Period 1, second season. That's what's up. That's what's on the line.
Gotta also remember, this is Vasi's first game in 5 days since he was pulled. So it's the first time he's been out there as a starting goalie since he was pulled in the second 5 days ago. So you also have Vasi, who's not been on his normal cycle of every other day or every 2 days. So now he went 5 days in between starts. You're going to have him Thursday versus Toronto. Then we're going to see Moose against Nashville on Saturday. Then Vasi against Florida on Sunday on the back-to-back. So we'll see a lot about that too. One thing about the 10,000 saves of Vasi's career, I'd seen it posted earlier, and it was like, is there a better goalie to right now or anywhere? And I see someone said Marty Brodeur, but this is only Vasi's 5th year in the league.
Yeah,
and has 10,000 saves.
No, that can't be right.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Bish has only been gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
So this is only his 5th year as the starter, and get to 10,000 saves is unbelievable. So
I heard he's done though. I heard on Twitter he's done. Like,
yeah,
he's done.
That's it.
Moose is he's not even going to the playoffs. He's out.
Yeah, we already re-signed Moose. He's going to be
fire Vasi. It's fine.
Moose is the new starter, and who knows who the backup is, and we're gonna have to petition to get Vasi's name on the cup for the
What
third
happens if Moose gets another shutout and then just doesn't lose any games coming down here the stretch? Like, what happens? Because we talked about it
still
last
starts
game.
the playoffs.
Vasi still plays every game in the playoffs.
Well, unless he shits the bed, then they make the change.
He starts, but last show we were talking about what happens if Vasi doesn't play that well and they start losing, and we were all in agreement that Vasi doesn't get pulled, and Vasi got pulled this week, and I think that's changed. If Vasi's letting in goals in the playoffs, and I don't think the goals tonight were his fault. You can't give away that many odd man rushes like that, and hang your goalie out to dry. But I think if the playoffs comes and they're losing games, they're going to the Moose.
That's a bold statement, Cotton. It's a bold statement.
And here's
going on.
And here's a little fact: the 03-04 team had a 22-game stretch where they only won 5 games.
No way. There's no way. There's no way a Stanley Cup champion team could ever have a run of hockey like that and then still go on and play good in the playoffs. There's no way.
5 games in a 22-game stretch they won. So
Yeah. See, I remember that year vividly,
All right.
actually. I almost remember that year more than I remember the 2016 season, to be honest with you. But it just, I mean, now I'm sitting here, bringing a drum I've been beating for weeks now. So it is what it is. This team is not playing the worst hockey I've ever seen them play by far. There's a little bit of mental mistakes here and there, but I think those mental mistakes come from not being 100% physically invested. And the more physical you are in this game, the more physically invested you are, the more those little mental things become tightened up. And it really, I hate to say it, it's all just conjecture from here on out until that first round. We find out who it is that this team plays, and that puck drops in that very first game. From here on out, it's all conjecture. We got to trust into a team that's done this 2 years in a row, a coaching staff that seems to know how to get the best out of this team whenever it matters most, and a goalie who is absolutely fucking elite when it matters the most. And I think that that's not the worst thing in the world to rely on. On that note, let's do something positive, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do something nice for the fan base out there, for everyone that was not able to make it to that game this past Saturday against Winnipeg, and that wonderful giveaway that the Lightning gave to these fans that showed up. This amazing ring right here. High demand. People are charging an arm and a leg for it on the interwebs.
We could be millionaires.
Well, I mean, thousandaires with as many as we collected. But Shooter himself was nice enough to bring someone in the family to the game that really didn't care enough, and so he convinced it to give away one of their rings. Because I'll tell you, Mrs. Stash was like, "That better not be one of ours." Whenever she saw the post about giving away a ring on the show, it is not a Shooter. He is so wonderfully gracious to provide one of you lucky watchers / listeners / fans of this show one of the 2022 replica rings.
By the way, there might be more.
Uh-oh.
So if you're just tuning in to win this, you best be tuning in for the playoffs. And I don't know, we might save one for some sort of Thunderbolts charity auction or something.
Can I tell you that not every fan ended up getting one? They ran out.
Oh, really? They did not have 20,000 on hand, huh?
I was pissed.
There was some really pissed off fans. I was told some people came in at the right after puck drop and was told they were out of it. So
that's just the employees keeping them.
Well, here was the thing: the employees were told they were fired if they got caught with one.
Dang.
Wow.
So yeah, and they had security at the doors. I know my door had a police officer making sure that only one went to every person. So it was a crazy night then.
Fiasco.
It was a nice giveaway. I'd be wearing mine, but it's in my office at work.
It's big. It's tough to actually wear around.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. Someone said that they gave out different random sizes, but I'll tell you right now, for the stash, this is still only a pinky ring because this doesn't fit on any other of my digits. Period. It's my pinky ring, and that's how I blang.
It's like they made this for me. It fits on my ring finger.
It's like they knew I love Bruno Mars. I love putting my pinky ring to the moon. So let's do this.
Sarah, any final words? Because I'm going to boot you because I got to share my screen. So
No, boot me. Bye.
Bye, Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sweet shirt.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna share. Let's get rid of some of this stuff on the screen. Remember #playoffs. We got. All right, we're getting there. We got
playoffs question mark.
Playoffs question mark.
I'll be lenient because I was being a little too tongue in cheek there.
Let's. Well, no. Once I put it in, that's what they have to put.
Well, there you go.
All right, so here's how this is gonna work. Gonna share my screen here. We've had over 50 entries for this, so thank you guys. It's going to help us out tremendously with the whole podcast thing. We have a random number generator, and we have a spreadsheet which is numbered. So this is all you guys who entered. There's Sarah right there, who was just on the show.
Very
and
transparent.
we're going to hit generate, and each one of you has a number, and number 50 is the winner. So who is 50 on the list? That is Dan Whitford. So there you go, Dan. Congratulations. You are the ring winner. You are the Lord of the Rings. Again, keep a close eye on what we do here for the playoffs and moving forward, because
we like to give away shit.
Ring. Yeah, if you couldn't tell.
Period.
You like shirts, rings.
We need to give out the free
pizza.
tickets.
Playoff tickets.
We need to give out the free tickets still, Shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else do we got? Do we want to just do the giveaways and call it?
I mean, I think I've yelled enough for the evening at the negativity. I think I've been negative about the negativity enough. Let's do something
I thought Ty
again
had a good
nice for the
question
fans.
here earlier.
Oh, that's not normal. Hold on.
Do we
Breaking
want,
news.
do we want Toronto? Like, who do we want in the playoffs?
I want Boston to take that spot from us, and I want Carolina. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I want Carolina.
See, and I've been tossing. I used to say Carolina, and now I'm saying I want Toronto, but we'll see after Thursday's game.
It seems like a lot of people are also agreeing with Carolina as of right now. But, you know, I just think that I kind of want Toronto to win a playoff round finally, because I'm tired of talking about them not. And then I would like to be the team that beats them in the second round and then shuts them down again. Oh, guess what? Now you can't get past the second round. A new losing streak. You know, I think Carolina is just that team that works best for the Lightning, get their skates underneath them in a first round playoff matchup. That's just how I feel.
I don't really even care who they play. Like, and I don't think they do either.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going if it's pure analytics, the pure matchups, and what I see works best for them. That's what I would say. And Chris here is saying the Rangers, and if Toronto keeps kind of sliding and they keep playing well, we could end up playing the Rangers too.
I'm good with that, because the Rangers, you know, they'll go in overconfident that they beat us all season long, and we'll show them what the playoffs are all about.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give you guys 5 more minutes to add your hashtag playoffs question mark. Don't forget that question mark, or it will not register.
Playoffs?
We'll do that, and we'll wrap it up. So we got 5 more minutes here. Let's look at the schedule, shall we? Ahead, we've got Toronto on Thursday, which, by the way, you can win tickets in the next 5 minutes for that, thanks to Steve, who has apparently some awesome tickets. So you don't want to miss that. Maybe Austin Matthews might be back. Maybe they're resting him for
maybe not.
Who knows? But you can be there on Thursday night. And, hey, maybe we'll set you up with Kaylee Mizell, and you can be on the pregame show.
Anyone before the stash?
What's the weekend games?
That's the
Nashville,
Predators.
Florida.
I will be at that game
I will
Saturday
also be
night.
at that game.
It's my reliving the Stadium Series game. So normally I do wear my black to Saturday games, but I will be wearing one of my Stadium Series sweaters for that game.
Are they going to wear them? That'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be cool if they did, and I wouldn't
Saturday,
be surprised, but I don't know.
Black.
They've worn them on a Saturday already this year.
Yeah.
I believe that might be, if they do wear
The
the
final.
black, from what
It would
we
be the
heard,
last-
that
yeah.
could be the last time that they wear them.
Yeah.
From the rumors. If the rumors are true.
Yeah.
Remember, new reverse retros next year.
Correct. And then Florida away on Sunday. So Nashville here, Saturday, there, Sunday, and then next Tuesday, Columbus for the final home game of the season. And we will be right here with our last post-game show of the regular season.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, for Thursday, the Stash and I, you might see us go live during the game, maybe after the game. We're going to do some testing from a remote location. So if you see us go live, jump on and watch the game with us or talk about the game and let us know if it's working is the main thing. So we're going to get together on Thursday for the Leafs game at a unknown location.
So last Saturday was the last night wearing their black jerseys, according to April, according to Greg Wolf.
Greg Wolf. Yeah.
Okay, so that means they're definitely going to go.
That means they probably would have been wearing a stadium series for this Saturday. So I will also be wearing that. But yeah, I'll be excited for that last Saturday game of the season. I feel like it's going to have a very similar vibe to the Winnipeg game. It's going to be a packed house. People are going to be feeling it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then I know a few people are actually going down to that Florida game on Sunday. We'll probably have more Lightning fans than Panthers fans, even with them being this close to
I think that's changed.
Winning. And maybe we'll see. But yeah, and then like I said, that Tuesday game, final home game before 2 road games to finish out the season next week. So yeah, we are 2, 4, 6 games away from the end of the regular season.
Cool. All right. Should we give away some tickets for Thursday?
Yeah, let's do it.
We should.
Let's do it. We got our good old-fashioned giveaway tool. The first one here is going to be for those tickets on Thursday. So let's hit the button, and we've got Pat Maroon, Painter Mom. There you go.
Yeah.
So he won. He's also won pub crawl tickets.
Yeah.
So I've got your information already. I think I'll have to relay that over to Steve.
To me. They've already been sent to me.
Okay. Thomas has them already. So there you go. No offense, Pat Maroon, Bang your mom, but we're going to disclude you from the pub crawl tickets that you already have.
Nice.
So pub crawl, we're going to do 2 of these. Each one is for a pair. So 2 pairs of pub crawl tickets. You can come hang out with us. I know Steve's going. Pat Maroon, Bang your mom's going. It's going to be a good old time. It is May 7th. Actually, let's pull up some of that information here. If I thought I had it pulled up, but maybe not. Nope, I don't. But anyway, May 7th, pub crawl. You get some free welcome drinks at 5 of the places that you're stopping, and it's going to start at
Parks and Rec. Park and Rec
at
4 to
4
7
p.m.
Check
All
in.
right. So let's see who's going to be joining us there. Winner numero, I guess number 3 for the show, but 1 for Linda. Murphy.
All right, Linda.
All right, Linda. So you're going to be pub crawling with us, hopefully on May 7th. And then we got 1 more pair of those tickets. Let's let it roll. Serena. There you go. Serena's the best on Twitter. She always answers my ridiculous tweets, so she deserves to win.
Serena also runs the Thunderbolts Instagram account, so check that out. She goes live down at the glass at warm ups almost every game, so she gets some really cool shots down there.
It must have a hankering for your name.
Almost much as Pat Maroon's mom likes you.
All right, cool. Thank you to Steve. Thank you to Downtown Crawlers. Thank you to us for giving away the ring. And final comments, guys, after a disappointing loss, but in the big picture, does it really matter?
I'm tired. Just like the Lightning players. And by the way, just to put this to bed, I saw someone bring this up on social media this week. Is it let's go men, let's go boys? It's absolutely let's go boys. It's what they say on the bench, whether you're a player or a coach. They're always saying it. Come on, boys, let's go, boys. They go, all right, boys. Like that's what they do. It's not derogatory. It's just camaraderie. It's let's go, boys. So let's go, boys. Take your rest. Take your time. 6 games left until they really matter. I think I'm going to take an AMU, and you guys be lucky to see me next Tuesday.
Well, there you go. We might have a stash-free show next Tuesday.
So, yeah, 6 games left. A lot of winnable games and a lot of games that they're gonna have to figure out these lines and figure out what they want to go into. By this time next week, we probably will know who our opponent's going to be in that first round. So next Tuesday, we can really get a talk on who will be facing in the playoffs. So go Bolts. I won't be there Thursday, but me and Stash will both be there Saturday. So join us at the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll mosey my way over there too on Saturday. All right. Well, we're going to give you guys hopefully an earlier heads up if we do get the stash on the Bally's pregame show, which is the goal for, I'm hoping Saturday's game.
Sure.
So we'll give you hopefully a little bit of a heads up so you can look at that or watch that. Remember, it's only on Facebook and Twitter for Bally Sports. So you got to go find it, and it's on the regular TV. But yeah, if we are on there, comment as much as you can that you like it, so they keep having us back. Yeah. All right. Well, until next week, next Tuesday, we'll be back. Maybe Stash will be back. If you see us go live on Thursday during the game or after the game, come let us know how it's going, if you can hear us and stuff. Until then, we appreciate you. This has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.
Be the Thunder.
That's it?